What's up, guys? I'm John.
My name is Chris.
And we are The Heck, and today we're checking out an episode from freaking Cartoon Universe, and this one is talking about Abel, Adam's son from Hazbin Hotel. And honestly, I never thought about this story of Cain and Abel at all.
Yeah.
And I'm really interested in seeing this because of the actual drawing that we're looking at, or the picture that we're looking at. Boom, this one right here. If that's what we're going over right now, how did I miss this, dude? I'm guessing it was just an update that they posted on their Twitter or Instagram or something. No clue. But, dude, I'm excited to get into this, though.
Yeah, I want to know more about his sons.
Yeah, and then if anybody knows anything about like when we're actually getting the next episode of Hazbin Hotel, please let us know in the comments. Even if it's just like speculation and lore, drop some thoughts down there. Let us know what you guys know. But let's freaking get into this. If y'all are new to our channel, smash that sub button.
Yeah.
Let's hit that play button. Boom!
A Christmas surprise, the Hazbin Hotel Twitter account put out a special Christmas promo featuring some of the angels
Christmas
celebrating
promo?
Christmas. This included the important Seraphs, Sarah and Emily, as well as Saint Peter and
I like Emily's character a lot.
Named Abel. Abel has a lot of biblical and esoteric lore that can play
A lot of
into
similarities
the show,
to
so sit
Charlie, I
back
believe.
and get ready for some
for
Bible
sure.
study in a Hazbin Hotel theory. And of course, Merry Christmas. Now, in the
Well,
Bible,
we're a little
God was
late
the
on this
first
one.
man created by God, and then Eve, his wife, was created from his rib. After the serpent tricks them into eating the fruit of forbidden knowledge, however, they are cast out of the Garden of Eden and eventually have two kids, Cain and Abel. Cain has not been featured yet in the show, but like Abel, there are old entries on the Hazbin Hotel fandom wiki that claim VivziePop said these two might be important to the show.
Oh, that'd
The
be
story
freaking
of
awesome,
Cain and
dude.
Abel is that Cain was a farmer and Abel was a shepherd, with each bringing the product of their labor to God as a sacrifice.
Okay.
Cain's fruits were generally not praised by God, but the firstborns of Abel's flock were. Because of this, Cain
Why?
becomes jealous of Abel's blessings from God, and
Put a freaking beating on him with a stick,
Yeah.
dude. I mean,
I think it was because Cain didn't bring like the first real harvest. He brought him like the leftovers or something,
gotcha.
and then Abel like brought him the best of
the best.
You know,
Okay,
I think
okay.
That's kind of why.
Dude, look at this picture. He's like,
yeah,
you're about
later,
to
he
eat
killed
stick.
Abel in the field one
I thought
day.
it was a
When
rock.
God asks Cain about this, Cain plays naive and makes it like God is bugging him about something Cain shouldn't even be worried about, saying that he is not his brother's keeper. But God knows that
Yeah.
Abel is dead by Cain's hand. For this, Cain is
Sheesh.
cast out of his home and forced to be a wanderer on the earth, with a special mark on his head to protect him from being slain. This is seen as an attempt to give Cain a second chance. Now,
So then do you think,
All
like,
of that really made almost no sense to me in the Bible.
Yeah.
When I read about it, because I'm like, you don't really hear about what happens to him.
afterwards it's just like,
'Cause it's
well,
like,
there's some wonder now.
If Adam and Eve and Abel are the only only human beings alive
Yeah.
on the planet, according to the Bible, like,
Yeah.
where's
What's
Cain,
he doing
what
now?
happens to Cain? Like,
Yeah.
he just wanders off and dies in the desert or something?
He's just
like,
wanderer
you know,
now, dude. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't either, but I'm wondering how they're going to utilize that. And him saying that he's got like this sign on his head, I bet you anything they're going to play into that a lot. There's going to be some kind of cool sign on
yeah.
his head of some sort.
Now, in the promo image, Abel is an angel in heaven, not much different from his father in a similar uniform with similar symbolism on it, indicating that he was a part of Adam's army.
does seem
Since
like he's gonna
Abel
be a
was
turd.
in Adam's second
Oh,
hand like
God.
Luke, I think his role in the military might be ceremonial, and he looks to be rather peaceful. I wouldn't be surprised if he was one of the people who were unaware of the actual slaughtering going on in hell,
Oh,
thinking that
maybe.
the army of
Could
angels
be.
existed in
I hope he's a
heaven
good
simply as
guy. I hope he's a
safety
good guy,
net
'cause
was
Adam is
a
like
big
the
reveal
worst.
at
Yeah.
Charlie's trial. Like his father, he is also rather chubby, which may be important to some of the theories later down the road, as the parentage of Cain and Abel is something under scrutiny even in Jewish tradition. In the actual book of Genesis, Cain and Abel are explained to be the sons of Adam and Eve. But due to Cain's sinful nature, he was always seen as being a consequence of what happened in the Garden of Eden, someone under the influence of the sinful nature of the
Whoa.
serpent. This would lead to the later Kabbalistic tradition, with texts like the 12th century
Kabbalistic.
Zohar. It is in this text that we get the elaborate details of the story of Lilith, the first wife of Adam. Lilith is not mentioned in the actual Bible, but in later texts like the Zohar, she is said to flee from the Garden of Eden and marry a fallen angel named Samael. In
Dang.
the Christian tradition, Lucifer is the term used to represent the rebellious fallen angels, but they are ultimately the same character, particularly in Hazbin Hotel. In the Zohar,
Yeah.
for instance, Samael is said to ride upon the serpent to enter the Garden of Eden, where he gave Adam and Eve the fruit of forbidden knowledge before being cast into hell with Lilith, the same basic story of Lucifer in Hazbin Hotel. With so much already borrowed from the Kabbalistic tradition found in the Zohar, it makes sense that Samael, or Lucifer in this case, may have a connection to Cain and Abel. In the Zohar, Samael is said to have slept with Eve, leading to the birth of Cain.
Oh,
Lucifer implies to have done this in Hazbin Hotel when he makes his joke about both Adam's wives liking what Lucifer gave them with his sexual thrusts.
Dang!
Realizes Cain not just as a simple...
It's a wild thing that we're kind of getting like some kind of a weird Bible study type thing, like you said at the starting of this, like that in Hazbin Hotel style. It's pretty wild, dude.
Yeah.
But I love how they like, I don't know, man. Everybody's got different opinions on this type of stuff, but in my personal opinion, I just feel like it's cool that we're getting a different spin on something like that. You know?
Oh,
what I
yeah,
mean?
for sure.
I think it's really interesting.
Jealous older brother, but a cosmically dark yet divine entity who committed the first murder. But would that make Lucifer the father of Cain and Charlie? Now you have to.
That's what I was wondering. Yeah,
Cain
Cain and Charlie.
Or even earlier,
That's what I was wondering.
That Vizipop might have already had a plan for Cain and Abel in the show, and a theory a lot of people developed was that Charlie herself would be the Cain figure. The theory was that
feel like
Lilith
Vizzy
was
made
meant
Charlie
to be the
her.
first mother of all
feel like
humans
they're the
before
same.
her conflict with Adam, and to ruin it for Adam, they would make Lucifer the first father of all men, making both Adam and Lilith removed from their first intended role. Abel isn't being introduced out of nowhere, however, and he's coming in very deliberately as a tease to us right after the death of Adam himself, Abel's father and the coolest dude in heaven. In the promo image, Abel
Coolest
was rather
dude in
friendly,
heaven.
but after finding out his father was killed, he might want to get some serious revenge.
I mean, that's very
Right
true.
now, the belief is that Lucifer wasn't allowed to interfere with the extermination itself, hence why he couldn't actually be in the battle until Charlie needed him. It was when Adam himself was fighting Charlie that Lucifer would legally be allowed to step in, as she's
Dude, he looks
legally
so
off
badass
limits
there.
for the extermination. Though it's hard to say if that would hold up in court, with Charlie being out there battling the exterminators herself. With that in mind, Abel may want legal revenge first, but when Sarah can't deliver that, he may decide to take things into his own hands and try to sabotage Charlie's hotel or even get her killed. This could lead to them meeting, perhaps eventually realizing they are related, or just finding themselves at war with each other because of the complex web of sabotage that their parents have created. One problem with Charlie
what
as the
tangled
Cain
webs
figure
were
is that I
you?
can't actually imagine Charlie killing Abel, and I have to imagine that with a focus on Abel, Cain killing him is gonna fit into the story somewhere. It could be that Charlie has a half-brother in Cain as well, and that the two are related through Lucifer. And I've also heard it theorized that maybe Lucifer and Lilith swapped their baby with Adam and Eve's baby. All of these are rather complex ideas, and it's surprising so many theories about this have existed since before the pilot even aired. But I've yet to have a theory line up with what information we have so far, which is still not that much, even with this new Abel reveal. Now, outside of Charlie being the Cain figure, one theory I've seen floating around before is that the descendants of Cain naturally go to hell, and that the descendants of Abel naturally go to heaven. With the actual reason some people get bliss and some people get damnation is just based off of which family they were born from.
Oh,
now,
dang.
In the actual
That's
Bible,
sucky.
Cain goes on to
Yeah.
be an important historical figure and father of many peoples, but his descendants
Sheesh.
are implied to be largely wiped out by the eventual Great Flood. Despite his and his descendants' sinful actions, some of his descendants are listed as bringing the arts of metalworking and music to the world. After the death of Abel, Adam and Eve would also come together again and give birth to another son named Seth, who goes on to be the father of the peoples, leading down to Noah, who survives the Great Flood with only his wife and his children's families. From here, we get the Table of Nations, which are supposed to show how the greater known world at the time was related to Noah, with people groups ranging from all the way in Europe into the ancient East and into...
I mean, that's a lot of like,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
It had to be.
I mean,
nothing
yeah,
else.
I
There's
don't know,
nothing else
dude.
for him to do, I guess.
Yeah. I just would be like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's pretty weird when you think about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Asia and Africa. If this sort of
Yeah,
I
thing
thought
is
about that
canon
when
to
I was
the
younger. I
Helluverse,
was
it
like,
wouldn't really
what
allow
are
for
they
the
doing?
Cain's descendants
Why are
to
they
the Hell
doing it?
theory to work out, as all the people living today are supposed to be descended from Noah. However, I seriously doubt that the show wants to get this biblical and in-depth. We don't even know if Seth will be a character in the show, as most people just forget him with their focus on Cain and Abel.
Right? Yeah.
It's also been stated that Adam is the first soul to get into heaven in the show, with Abel actually dying long before Adam does in the Bible. This could have been hyperbole in the show to describe Adam's importance to heaven, but it seems very likely that in the show, Adam will have died before Cain and Abel, with Abel also perhaps being a father before his own death as well. But what do you guys think? Like I said earlier, it's too early for me to tell, but let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. While you're down there, you can also
Oh,
check
he's
out
got
our Cartoon
shirts!
Universe shop, where we're selling our tragic gay childhood t-shirts.
Tragic
Check it
gay
out.
childhood?
And for those
That's
who are
hilarious.
still watching, I just want to say Merry Christmas. It's definitely been
Dude,
the year of the Helluverse, what with
I
Hazbin
really
Hotel
dig this
premiering
dude.
and Helluva Boss having so many episodes.
Hell
And even
yeah.
with a hiatus before season 3 airs, I'm looking forward to what's to come.
Oh,
For more
yeah.
Helluverse goodness, check
I'm
out
really
my giant...
stoked.
Dude, I absolutely love Cartoon Universe. That's hilarious. Tragic gay childhood is how it says. It's so funny, dude. But man, like honestly, I love being able to see this from another side. I just think it's very creative. It's like such a cool spin on like a story that everybody's heard in their life at some point. You know what I mean? And even if like, I mean, I guess maybe I don't know what people outside of like. I'm Southern Christian raised, you know what I mean? So like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what
I was-
everybody else listens to, but like,
Yeah, I had a very
Yeah.
sheltered childhood.
yeah, but I definitely always heard these stories, and it's like cool to hear another spin on it. You know what I mean? Like a different take on that. I think
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
And like, I'm very curious if they are gonna play up like Cain. Are we gonna be able to get Cain? Because that was Abel. Are we gonna get Cain? And if so, have we
I
already
feel
seen
like
him?
if
Maybe.
Abel is in there, you've got to have Cain. I
Yeah.
don't think you can have one without the other.
Unless I mean, obviously, wait, Cain killed Abel, right?
Yeah.
So then, yeah, you couldn't have Abel up there all just chilling without Cain.
Yeah,
killing.
somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah. If it was
So-
the other way around, like if we had Cain still, I'd be like, all right, well maybe he's already killed Abel. But no, like we can't have both. We can't have Abel without having Cain. I wouldn't think.
Yeah. I
We're
feel
gonna
like-
have to get that gritty.
Yeah.
I think so. Anyways, let us know what y'all's thoughts are. And again, if we have any kind of information at all on like freaking season 2 of Hazbin Hotel or any updates on season 3 of Helluva Boss, which I know obviously that's going to be taking a little bit of time, but maybe not as long for Hazbin.
Yeah.
Who knows?
It's been done for a minute. So
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be pretty soon. Hopefully
Fingers
this year.
freaking crossed.
I mean, gotta
I
be.
know, gotta be this year, right? You would think. I don't know, man. And also, too, like just a random little speculation on this one. I really feel like Amazon has learned their lesson with Hazbin Hotel because they were like, "Oh, we don't know how it's going to. Let's not order a whole lot of episodes, dude. Y'all better order like freaking 30 episodes for this next
Yeah,
season because it
yeah.
crushed." And hopefully, they just know what they're dealing with now. I don't know.
Yeah. Everybody's
thought.
chomping at the bit now.
Yeah.
I think they know that.
Yeah, I think so. But anyway, homies, I hope y'all having a blessed day or night, whatever time it is you're checking this out. If y'all need anything at all, message us. If y'all want to support our channel, there's a link to our Patreon in the description, and we'll catch y'all later. Freaking toodles!
Later.